My shift started like any other: stale coffee, a sputtering heater, and the city's neon lights glowing through a cracked windshield. I'd been driving for 12 hours straight, chasing surge fares and praying I'd make enough to cover rent by the weekend. The rain hadn't let up since noon, turning every street into a slick mess of reflections and red brake lights. I was thinking of calling it a night when my phone dinged, a pickup request near the industrial park just past Riverton Avenue. Most drivers avoid that area. It's dark, half the streetlights are busted, and there's a whole stretch with nothing but abandoned buildings and old warehouses. Still, I accepted. It was the kind of night that felt like something was waiting just beyond the headlights. I turned the corner onto a quiet block, wipers squeaking when I saw him. An old man, thin, soaked through, standing under a busted streetlight with no umbrella, just a limp newspaper over his head. His coat looked more like a blanket. One shoe was missing. He didn't have a phone in his hand, no luggage, no sign he'd even ordered a ride. I slowed down anyway and rolled down the window. "Hey, you need a ride?" He looked up, his face wrinkled like leather, water dripping off his nose. "Yes, please." I helped him in, the seat squeaking under his weight. He didn't say much, just handed me a folded note with an address scrawled in barely legible handwriting. "Bit far," I said. "You sure?" He nodded. "Yes, I can pay." I pulled off slowly, glancing at him through the rearview mirror. Something about him didn't sit right, but not in a threatening way. Just off. We rode in silence for miles. The rain was louder than the radio. Then, halfway down the freeway, I noticed him shivering. "Hey, you okay back there?" No answer. I looked again. His lips were pale, hands trembling. I pulled off the next exit and stopped under a gas station canopy. "Sir, I'm not a doctor, but you don't look good. Should I take you to a hospital?" He shook his head slowly. "No hospitals. Please, just keep driving. I'm almost there." His voice cracked like it hadn't been used in weeks. I hesitated. Everything in me said I should call someone, but he looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you take me there, I promise, your life will change forever." And for some reason, I believed him. We got back on the road, and for a while all I could hear was the soft rattle of the rain and the hum of the engine. I kept sneaking glances through the rear-view mirror. He was gripping something under his coat, a small box or case, I couldn't tell. It was metal, shiny, like it mattered more than anything else in the world. He finally spoke again, so quietly I almost missed it. "You got family?" I cleared my throat. "Not really. Grew up in the system. Never got close to anyone. Just me, my cab, and rent that's always a week late." He nodded, like he already knew. "You ever wish someone would just show up and change everything?" I laughed bitterly. "Every day, sir. But that kind of thing doesn't happen to people like me." He looked out the window again. "Maybe it does." We were getting close to the address he gave me, an upscale neighborhood near Halcyon Heights. The kind of place where homes had gates, security cameras, and driveways longer than my entire apartment building. "Are you sure this is the right place?" I asked, pulling up in front of a wrought iron gate. "The lights were out. The place looked deserted." He nodded again, slowly, like it hurt. "This is home. Or, it was." I put the car in park, turning to face him. "Look, I don't know who you are or what's going on, but you shouldn't be out here in this condition." He fumbled in his coat and pulled out a small gold card. No name, no numbers. Just an engraved emblem, a lion and crown. "Give this to the gate intercom," he said. "Then wait for me." I stepped out, rain soaking me instantly, and buzzed the gate. A robotic voice answered. "Identification?" I held the card to the camera. There was a pause. Then the gate creaked open like something from a movie. I helped him out of the cab and he squeezed my hand. "Stay," he whispered. "Just for a few minutes." I waited in the car as he shuffled toward the door. I didn't expect what happened next. 10 minutes passed, then 15. I was about to drive off when the mansion's front door swung open and two men in suits ran out, not bodyguards, more like executives. One of them waved urgently toward me. "You, driver, come inside, please." I stepped out cautiously, feeling out of place in my soaked hoodie and sneakers. The air smelled like wet pine and money. Inside, the place was ridiculous. Crystal chandeliers, marble floors, even the echo felt rich. The old man was seated on a massive velvet couch now, a warm blanket over his shoulders, a doctor beside him checking vitals. He looked stronger already, like just being there gave him life. The younger suited man stepped toward me. "You brought him here?" "Yeah," I said slowly. "He was standing in the rain, didn't even order a ride. I just saw him." The man extended his hand. "Thank you. You have no idea what you've done." "Who is he?" I asked, still trying to process everything. He smiled. "That's Victor Langston," I blinked. Should I know that name? The man chuckled. "He owns this estate, and about a dozen others. Langston Holdings, real estate, biotech, aviation. He's been missing for 2 years. Thought dead. We've been searching everywhere." My mouth fell open. "You're kidding." "Number and the fact that he gave you that card means something. He doesn't trust many people." Victor looked up then, motioning me closer. I walked over slowly. "You stayed when you didn't have to," he said hoarsely. "You listened when others ignored me. And you didn't ask for anything." I shrugged, overwhelmed. Seemed like the right thing to do. He reached for a small box on the table, the same one he clutched earlier, and handed it to me. "Open it," he said. Inside was a single silver key. And a deed. To a taxi company. My name was already printed on the paperwork. I looked up, stunned. Victor smiled faintly. "You drive for others. Now let others drive for you." By Monday morning, the rumours had spread like wildfire. Some said I was laundering money. Others claimed I was just a puppet Victor put in place before retiring for good. My inbox was flooded. The press was circling. Even a few drivers started to doubt me. But I wasn't backing down. I returned to Victor's mansion that evening. He was seated by the fireplace, bundled in a grey sweater, sipping tea. He looked tired again, older. "They're coming for me," I said. He didn't ask who, he just nodded.